What is going on, everybody? My name is Brett. This is Pop Culture Crisis. This is a review, the final review for the last episode of The Last of Us, entitled Look for the Light. I am here with my co-host. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Crisis Actors. It's Mary. I apologize for being late to watching the finale. I was traveling, so I was unable to watch, but I watched it last night and am predictably disappointed.
I knew you'd be disappointed. I'm not disappointed. What it is just like I see the people that love it, and I wish I did, but I don't. Like it's fine. Like I thought the scene at the end, I thought him, working his way through all the Fireflies was fine. But maybe it's because I don't have any deep connection to the game or the lore that it just didn't work for me the same way it's working for everybody else whose content that I like, who seems to really like it.
What the game did was give you a deep connection to Ellie, and therefore when you're like picking off the Fireflies in their hospital, it feels more cathartic and justified as he's doing it. And they have this, of course, like very exaggerated music playing while he does it, and a slow pace. It just feels like nothing. I felt nothing watching that.
I enjoyed at the beginning. I enjoyed how now he's very clearly connected to her, and it's a very classic Hollywood trope that like he's finally. I thought they were like everyone would think that you're going to lose that person at the end because he's finally connecting with them, and he's very excited. He's bringing up his daughter on a regular basis.
Well, it just feels like you just flipped a switch on the last episode with her like escaping from David. That they hate each other and then they love each other. Like it doesn't.
But now she's very clearly going through something at the end here. I did enjoy the flashback scene at the beginning. The birth scene is a little bit much for me.
Is that woman related to Bella Ramsey? Because they look a lot alike, and they sound alike too.
That's Ashley Johnson. That's who plays Ellie in the game. That's who voices Ellie in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They look alike.
Yeah, she's
they look a lot alike.
So the casting was, they cast based on her
the way
voice.
that she looked in the game was actually they just kind of took Ellen Page's face.
Yeah. I enjoyed seeing her in that, but I love that actress. She's an actress that I love seeing. I don't know if I care enough about the show to like watch season 2.
I don't. Oh, of course I don't. No.
No. But I understand why people would want to.
I don't, honestly. This season, I was willing to give it its chance.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously we already know that Joel's death is coming. It's inevitable. And I think they're like desperate to fast track it, honestly, because they want to introduce Abby, who of course they're going to love.
And that's the surgeon's daughter.
Yes.
Yes. So
and her revenge story is, of course, like going to be framed as more sympathetic than it is.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, so like the what they did is they've made it so that Joel, you won't feel as bad about Joel when they finally get rid of him, basically.
Well, yes, exactly, but it didn't hit that way when the game came out, and it's not going to hit that way when the second season or maybe the third season comes out and we lose Joel. Obviously, you said Pedro Pascal is the only actor who stands out in this show, and the other ones pale in comparison. When he leaves the show, I don't think it's going to go well for them. And
some people were saying that they thought that they weren't even going to let him off the hook at the end, like as a way to like justify him doing what he did because they didn't give him his weapon back. They didn't give him his rifle back. And his pack was light. Like I was just looking at some of the comments and what people are talking about it.
Wait,
like
what?
They were trying to justify him killing soldiers who clearly gave up and surrendered in the game to make it so his motives, he looks worse because he very much killed Fireflies who surrendered and posed no threat to him, which means that they want the audience to feel less bad for him when he finally kicks the bucket.
Okay.
When Abby finally kills him.
I don't see how that. I mean, I don't think that was like how they structured the plot of the game. I think
I'm talking about just the show. They've adjusted that.
But in the show, they maybe changed the tone of it
because they want. He
spared two of them, by the way.
He spared the women. He spared the women who were not armed. He did not spare. He obviously didn't spare Marlene, but like he he spared the. I was
What do you
waiting
think
for
of
him to-
Marlene? Do you think that she's in the right? Like, what did you think of this ethical dilemma? That they like, do you think they should have told Ellie, but then told her that she also doesn't have a choice?
I guess the perfect solution would be they give her the option and she chooses to sacrifice herself. But
She
this is a
realistically
very
would have.
This is a morally gray story, but you could make the argument that Marlene thinks she's sparing her the agony of being like, look, she either says yes I will, and then she has to deal with the unbelievable terrifying notion of she's about to die right now, or she has to say no and live with herself knowing that she could have saved humanity and didn't. And they wanted that morally gray decision to be that Marlene is saying, look, I'm going to make the executive decision here that I will spare her any pain and I will help save humanity.
Yeah, but I also think that maybe them not telling Ellie what they were about to do is actually them saving themselves from the anguish of having to do it against her will if she refused.
Like, I don't know if I don't I didn't Marlene didn't strike me. Maybe it's because, like, with her scene at the beginning, like, I didn't ever get the feeling that she was I know what they were trying to go for. These were agonizing decisions that she had to make, that
She
had
just
to go
seemed
and,
kind of heartless.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't even say goodbye to
if that role went to a man.
Wait, what was Ellie's mom's name?
Her mom's name's Anna. So
Okay, she didn't even say goodbye to her before shooting her.
if this role was done by a man, it would make more sense.
Yeah, and then of course, like, she has all of her like male foot soldiers.
Yeah,
that
it's not even, no.
take
What I'm
orders
saying is,
from
like,
her.
like when a man behaves that way, makes a horrible decision for the good of humanity without regards to the emotional consequence of it here. Because
the surgeon did
exactly. But if Marlene was played by a dude, I feel like that conclusion would have been easier for us to swallow.
Yeah.
But it's harder because the female analog just doesn't connect the same way.
Also, it's been a while since I like watched playthroughs of this game, but I honestly I don't remember if this scene showing Ellie's mother was ever in it. I don't
know.
think it was. I don't remember it being there at all. And like us seeing that interaction of her and Marlene at all.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we needed to have in the show any type of like lore or explanation as to why Ellie is immune.
Yeah.
It's kind of implied that she's immune because her umbilical cord was attached while her mother was bitten, but we don't need an explanation, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people can just be randomly medical anomalies, and that explaining wasn't really needed.
I will say this also. Oddly enough, I found Ellie the most enjoyable when she was now in this episode kind of somber and not connecting with Joel in the same way, because it made her feel more human to me.
What did you think of the giraffe?
I like the giraffe. That's a real giraffe. I was like,
It was a real giraffe?
It was a real giraffe.
Well, did they do CGI
There
on
was
a real giraffe?
probably CGI on the
think
real
they-
giraffe,
yeah.
but like, no, there was just a story in the news the other day about how that's like a real giraffe. That's a real giraffe. They had its name on the screen and everything too. But
Celebrity
look,
giraffe.
Look, I felt that Ellie was at her most human in this episode, where now, whether it's because of the outcome of the previous episode or because, you know, the analog is they show it as like a flashback, but it's like, how could she remember being born? But it's like, she's just thinking about her mom in that moment and she feels a little bit lost to me. And Joel, but now Joel, who worked his way back, gets his penicillin and comes back just as she's murdering the dude from the previous episode. Now he's fully connected to her and basically treating her like a daughter in a weird way, talking about his daughter in a way that almost makes Ellie uncomfortable.
It felt like a little too sudden of a change because this season has been so distracted from itself.
Yeah. Also, it is a problem that there were no infected since episode 5. I mean, 7 kind of at the end, but not really any infected.
Well, I mean,
since
there
episode-
was the birth scene, but still, that's like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's no action.
Yeah. They were saying like there will be more in season 2. I'm like, yeah, but you can't make people wait till season 2. It's like somebody recently saying like, you need to watch Angel. It gets really good around season 3. I'm like, dude, I'm not.
Like, who has the patience?
I'm actually
Who has
liking
the
that.
time?
I'm actually liking that show, so it's not taking me till season 3. But it's insane that anybody would watch something through that they don't
Yeah.
like for 3 seasons just to get to the stuff that they do like.
This show lost me after the pilot. I didn't even think the pilot was interesting enough to keep going.
I just think that I know that a lot of the comments are going to be people that are angry at us because we don't
Really?
love it. I think for me, it's just because I didn't play the game.
It's a crappy show. It doesn't matter whether you play the game or not. I think
I don't
the
think
show
it's-
is just mediocre.
I don't know if it's crappy. I just think
It was poorly done.
it's just not for me. Maybe it's just not for me. So, I don't know. Well, I will probably at least check out the first episode of season 2 to see what they to see how they handle it.
If we have to review it, I'll watch it. If we don't, I'm not.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.